Hey, it's Alex with Lover Fighter Writer, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to use ClosersCopy long form. So this is going to be a ClosersCopy long form tutorial, but a key thing that I want to bring up right away is that one of the things I'm going to teach you is that when you use long form, you shouldn't try to use it for everything. I think that some people, when they're using a long-form AI copywriting tool, such as ClosersCopy's Longform, which is right here, I think when a lot of people use this and other similar tools, they feel like because they're writing something long, because they're writing long-form content, that they should use exclusively the Longform tool. And that's kind of the wrong way to approach it, because a lot of pieces of what you're writing can be better written using other AI tools, such as the frameworks. So we are also going to be using some frameworks today, and I'm going to show you exactly how I use frameworks and Longform and possibly other aspects of ClosersCopy all together in order to get a really good result out of using Longform. All right, so first of all, let's just kind of break down how to use this. So you open a new document, which I did, and first of all, make sure that you have the correct AI that you want set. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show an example of writing a landing page using SalesAI. So that's going to be really quick. And then we're going to do a bit of a longer example using BlogAI about how to write not an entire blog post, but I'll start writing one. And then if there's time, we might do a quick bit of fiction writing using Story AI. But we're going to start with SalesAI, which I already have activated. And so then you just come over here to Longform and open this up. And as you can see, it's got a context tab, a shortcuts tab, and a settings tab. Now, shortcuts is not as complicated as it looks, and we're going to get into that later because you can't really use it until you're in the middle of writing something. But context is important. This is where you can add, I mean, it's not super important that you use it. I don't always use it, but you can add some context for the AI to consider. So I'm just going to put in landing page here so that the AI knows I'm writing a landing page. And creativity, I tend to like to have it a bit lower, around 50 to 40 in there. And length, I tend to like to have this shorter, around 30. That's just a preference because I find like you can write a lot of content at a time with this tool, but I find that it tends to be more likely to meander away from the topic that you're trying to write about if you use a longer output. So I find that I save more time and work faster when I actually use it on a shorter output. And I just find that a little bit less creativity tends to work better for me. But this is definitely worth playing with. And if you, I mean, you can play with the length as well, but I recommend finding a length that works well for you and kind of sticking with that. And then if you're not getting the outputs that you want on a certain creativity setting, then play with that a little bit and also potentially change the context depending on what's happening. And so like I said, I'm going to write a landing page with this. And you need to have at least 25 words in order to get started with Longform. So see if I click on this right now, it'll say your context needs to be at least 25 words. So I've just put in free PDF download because that's what it is. And a lot of the time, landing pages will have that at the top. Like HubSpot always has free download at the top of all their landing pages that are giving away free downloads. And then we have Best Copywriting Tools for Freelancers 2022. Now this is just a lead magnet that I actually use. Right now it's called Best Copywriting Tools for Freelancers 2021, but in the new year I will change that. And it's actually one of the most successful landing pages on my website. It's just a list of tools that I use and a brief explanation of how and why I use them. So let's see if we can come up with a better headline than this. And obviously we don't have 25 words yet, and we're not going to be using Longform to write a headline. So like I said, we're actually going to use a framework, and I'm just going to use the base library framework, which are down here, which are ones that everyone has access to right away. You can always add community frameworks if you want, but I'm just going to use the base ones to show you how easy it is to use frameworks in combination with Longform and how valuable that is. So we actually have a section called landing page, and this will help me write a headline. So if I open this, it's asking for a company name and a description. Now the company name is not important, so instead of putting my company name in there, I'm going to put in free PDF download. And this is one of the things that you should learn about frameworks, is that you don't always need to put, your input does not always need to be what it asks for, because it'll still run the framework if you do it without, or if you put something else in, and it's going to use what you put in to try and infer some or understand something. It's going to understand what you put in to a certain extent, even if it's not what it's expecting. So actually, I'm just going to put best copywriting tools for freelancers into the description, and we will try running the framework. And so the idea here is just to get a better title for my landing page than best copywriting tools for freelancers. The ultimate collection of best copywriting tools, that's almost good. 10 amazing copywriting tools for advanced copywriters. All right, so there's some interesting ones there. I'm going to turn the creativity down and try again, because like I said, most of the tools in ClosersCopy just work a little bit better for me on low creativity. I actually find that they're more creative sometimes on low creativity when they're on a stricter setting or on an in-between setting. But that might just be for me. The ultimate collection of the best copywriting tools for any writer. The ultimate collection of killer copywriting tools. That's pretty good. We'll use that. So we've got free PDF download, the ultimate collection of killer copywriting tools. And so the next thing we need for our landing page is basically like a subheadline or a hook. Something to go right here that's going to convince them to opt in the form, because now they know what they're getting. It's a free PDF download. They know what it's about. It's about the ultimate collection of killer copywriting tools. And now we need a hook that's really going to compel them to actually download it. So for this, I'm going to go to ads in the base library, and we have AIDA or AIDA, as some people call it. I don't know which it's supposed to be, but I do know how to use it, and it's a copywriting formula that stands for attention, interest, desire, action, and it's just a really good way of structuring your writing so that people get interested in it right away and then take an action at the end. And then we also have we have a before after bridge, which is another copywriting formula, and we have problem agitate solve. My favorite one is problem agitate solve, so I'm going to go with that. And then I'm just going to take my headline and put it in under product description. I'm going to turn the creativity down a little bit, and I'm going to hit write for me. So again, this is a long form tutorial for ClosersCopy, but I haven't actually used the long form tool yet because I don't even have enough words to be able to use the long form tool yet. But also because for the things that I'm writing, for writing headlines, subheadlines, things like that, frameworks are just going to be much more effective. Okay, this one looks okay, so I'm going to add that. Do you have a burning desire to create world-class copy but don't know where to start? Afraid you'll end up spending years mastering the basics and still not producing world-class copy? Okay, so that's a bit repetitive. So I'm going to delete this middle part. And so now we just have, do you have a burning desire to create world-class copy but don't know where to start? I've been there. I was in the same boat when I created my original collection of 100 plus copywriting tools. Let's make that 10 plus because I don't have 100 plus tools on my list. But now after using these 10 plus tools on 10,000 plus clients, let's just say 10 plus for that as well. But now after using these 10 plus tools on 10 plus clients and hearing their success stories, I've discovered there is no need to continue learning the hard way. It turns out the first 90% of copywriting is nearly 100% of the battle. The last 10% is all great. Okay, so that gets a little bit confusing. So I'm going to delete that sentence. And then I'm going to move this down a line. Do you have a burning desire to create a world-class copy but don't know where to start? I've been there. I was in the same boat when I created my original collection of 10 plus copywriting tools. But now, after using, I'm just going to say these tools, and then I'm going to say to help multiple clients. But now, after using these tools to help multiple clients and hearing their success stories, I've discovered there's no need to continue learning, I'm going to say, writing the hard way. And the reason that I'm doing so much editing is because when I start using Longform, it's actually going to read what I've written before and use that as an example for what it's going to write. So I really want this early part to be written in a way that I like it. So anyways, now I've got kind of a hook. I just need a call to action. So if I take a look at the end of these, there might be a bit of a call to action in the solution. Let's see. No, okay, so I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab my title. I'm going to go back. And this time I'm going to open up AIDA or AIDA, because this one pretty much always ends with a call to action because it's attention, interest, desire, action. So if it's written correctly, it should end with some sort of a call to action that I can put on the end of here. Because this, even though this was written as a PAS, as a problem, agitate, solve, it basically follows the rules of AIDA as well. We just need the end of it. Click here now and get this incredible package to deeply. So I'm just going to take this one, which was okay. Not this one, the fungolas. Click here and get this incredible. Just going to take that. So we'll say click here and get this incredible resource for free. And then we'll have a CTA button that will open the form on the page, and it'll say download now. And then beneath that, we're going to have a little bit more information about the resource. And this is where we're really going to start using Longform. Actually, we're not going to start using Longform just yet because I'm going to need a subheadline or an H2, whatever you want to think of that as. So let's see. If I go to the base library again and I go to blogs, I could probably use outline or titles for this. I'm just going to try outline because I think that'll give me more ideas faster. Oops, that's not what I want. I want the title of the page. I'm just going to drop the creativity again and have it write for me. So this is really just a matter of thinking about the kind of output that you want and then picking a framework that's going to give that to you. So like, I'm not writing a blog here, but this tool gives me an output that is a blog outline, and a blog outline is just a bunch of subheadings, and what I want right now is a subheading. So that's why I use this tool. So now I'm just going to read through these. What is the most important tool in the collection? That gives me an idea, actually. So I'm going to take this, put this here. I'm going to make it an H2. And now, at long last, we're going to actually start using Longform. Okay? So now I've got enough words that we can actually use it. And I've got my context established. It's a landing page. I'm using SalesAI. And I've got my creativity and my length set. So let's just try hitting the Write For Me button underneath of this heading. And you can see it highlights it because it's reading it. And now it's going to write something. We'll see what. All right, so the first thing I want to point out is that it didn't just write one copy for this. It actually wrote 3 different similar copies. So it puts one in here, and then the other two go over here. Okay, so that's how it works. There's generally at least 3 outputs in total, and one goes right into the editor, and the other 2 go over here. But I actually had an idea. This question gave me an idea for how to start this, and I'm just gonna. What I want to point out about Longform is that it works best when you kind of get it started. And by get it started, I don't mean this. I mean starting the sentence that you're writing, or starting the paragraph, or starting the thought, because that's going to actually give it some direction. Whereas when you do it the way that I just did it, where you just have like a subheading and then you hit write for me, it doesn't know where you want it to go with that. So it's just going to pick a direction that technically, fulfills the criteria above. Like, it wrote, what is the most important tool in the collection? Conversely, what is the least important? So suddenly it's going in a completely different direction than I want it to in all of these, because it starts conversely, what is the least important with all of them. So anyways, I'm just going to delete this. And so the idea that I had is, what is the most important tool in the collection? The most important tool in the collection is your brain. Huh? That's pretty clever, right? And then I'm just going to write, if you don't, and I'm going to hit Control Enter, which is the same thing as clicking the Write For Me button. And so now Longform is going to use the beginning of my sentence as inspiration, and it has added, if you don't use your brain, the other tools will be of little use to you, little or no use to you. The second most important tool, make this a new paragraph, the second most important tool is your hands. Without them, your brain will remain idle. So with all the other tools, the third most important, okay, I don't like the way it's going. But let's take a look at the other options that it came out with. If you don't use your brain to think about what you're writing, then you are merely groping in the dark. However, if you do use your brain, then you will discover that a surprisingly large number of aha experiences await you. When you combine the right copywriting tools with the right mindset, you will be able to generate tons of profitable copy almost effortlessly. I really like that. So let's see. If you don't, just get rid of this. Then click on the plus button, which will add it. And I just have to hit delete to bring it back up. And now we have, what is the most important tool in the collection? The most important tool in the collection is your brain. If you don't use your brain to think about what you're writing, then you are merely groping in the dark. However, if you do use your brain, then you will discover that a surprisingly large number of aha experiences await you. When you combine the right copywriting tools with the right mindset, you will be able to generate tons of profitable copy almost effortlessly. And then I'm just going to take my CTA that I have right here, and I'm going to put it in again. And that could be the whole thing. That could easily be the copy for a simple giveaway landing page. All right. So that is how we can write this using, or that is how you can write a landing page using Longform a little bit and using SalesAI. But if I wanted to make this landing page longer and give it some additional sections, I would just basically do the same thing that I did. I would use a framework to come up with a heading, or I would come up with a subheading myself if the above writing inspired me to come up with one. And then I would get it started a little bit, and I would use Longform to finish writing it for me. But let's move over into BlogAI. So I'm just going to click down there and then use BlogAI. And rather than delete this, I'm just going to move it down and put 3 hashtags right here to remind myself, and just move it down like this. And because it's below the cursor, Longform will not take it into consideration. Longform only reads what is above the cursor. So if I were to start Longform here, it would read this. If I were to start Longform here, it would read this. Since I'm going to be starting it up here, it's not going to be reading anything, and I'm going to be able to do something different. So this time we're going to do a blog post, and again, we're going to start with frameworks, but we're going to get into using Longform a little bit more and a little bit faster. So I'm going to go back to the frameworks, and I'm going to go back to the base library and go to blogs. And so here we're going to start with the titles tool. And I think I'm going to write a blog on Pinterest affiliate marketing. It's a topic I've been thinking about writing one for anyways. So again, I like to set the creativity a bit lower. And so I just have to put in the topic, and it's going to give me title ideas. So we have how to create a Pinterest account and start earning money, Pinterest affiliate marketing, the complete guide to how to make money with Pinterest. That's a good one. So we'll use that. I'm just going to get rid of this word, Pinterest affiliate marketing. And I'm going to change this to making money, or actually, maybe we'll just say how to make money with Pinterest. Let's see, what's that? That is 58 characters. Okay, so it's an SEO thing. I like to have my titles be less than 60 characters for SEO purposes, but that's not super important. Anyways, so now I've got a title. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go to outline. And this is going to give us, actually no, I'm going to start with an intro. Here we go. Go into intro, take my title, put it into intro. All right, this looks like a good intro, so put this in here. Pinterest is one of the fastest growing social networks with more than 60 million unique users per month. With this blog, you'll get tips on how to make money with Pinterest. We've compiled a list of resources on how to make money with Pinterest. Okay, I'm just going to change the end of that. We've compiled a list of resources you can use to get started with Pinterest affiliate marketing. Okay. So now we've got a blog heading and a blog intro. And let's see if I highlight it. That's 55 words, so that's enough that we can start using Longform. So I just want to get into using Longform. I would probably still use frameworks a little bit for this section, but I want to get into using Longform. So I'm going to go to the context. I'm going to say blog post here instead of landing page. And we can leave the other things the same, I think. And just for fun, let's just hit write for me and see what it comes up with after this. Oh, it wrote me a conclusion. So that's, again, why I don't think that just using Longform without giving it some context and some direction is a very good idea, because it's just kind of giving me junk. And if you're not on an unlimited account, then that's really going to hurt your generation budget. So I don't recommend using Longform unless you give it some direction. So what I want, I've got an intro here, and what I want next is a hook to really get their interest. So I'm just going to start that. We compiled a list of resources you can use to get started with Pinterest affiliate marketing. And then I'll say, if you're new to making money online, I know it can be. And then I'm going to hit Control Enter to make it right for me. And hopefully it'll kind of turn this into a bit of a hook. It did. I know it can be scary, but don't let that stop you. There are many ways to start earning money online today, and you don't have to take my word for it. Here's what you're going to do in this guide. 1, set up your blog. Okay. I think I can get rid of this part. And I'm just going to check these over here to see if there's anything I like better. So I know it can be scary. I know it can be hard to know where to start. A bit daunting. I like scary better. There's a lot of information out there, and I want to help you. That's why I wrote this blog post. Best way to learn something new is to teach yourself by watching other people's experiences. That's why we put together this incredible course that will teach you everything you need to know about creating a profitable blog that you want to build into $1 million business. All right, actually I like this one the best. We're gonna remove this stuff. There's a lot of information out there, and I want to help you find the best find the most relevant resources. That's why I wrote this blog post. It's a practical guide to getting started with affiliate marketing on Pinterest. You learn about the different types of affiliate programs and how they work, as well as what they offer in terms of flexibility and advantages. You'll also get clear guidelines on what to do after you start making money. All right, so now I need an H2 to start the next section. So I'm going to come back to frameworks, and we're still in blogs. So let's see, I need an outline now. So again, I just need to copy my title, put that in here, set the creativity to wherever I want it, which we'll say 40-ish, 38's fine. And now it should generate me some subheading ideas. All right, so I'm just gonna add these and turn this one into an H2. What is Pinterest? And I'm just gonna, again, get Longform started is, oops, I just ran the framework again. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, that's over. Go back to Longform, and so we have Pinterest is, and we'll say write for me. It's going to take into consideration all or at least most of what's written above. I can never remember exactly how much it reads above. And so now we have, what is Pinterest? Pinterest is an online pin board where people share images and videos from around the web. You can search for images, create collections, follow other users, and pin your own content to your board. The site is similar to Instagram, but unlike Instagram, you can pin your own content to Pinterest. Well, that's not really what I mean, I think that's true, but I'm going to put in something more important here, which is the site is similar to Instagram, but unlike Instagram, you can link to your blog or website. I'm going to put this on a new line. Here are some of the ways you can use Pinterest. Get ideas for your blog posts and blog content. So now it's making a list, so I'm going to turn this into a list. Get ideas for your blog posts and blog content. Use Pinterest to find new products to sell on Amazon. And now if I hit write for me again, so if I do Control Enter again, it may, I'm hoping it will continue that list for me. We'll see if it does. It's not a very established pattern, but okay, so it didn't in that one at least. Okay, so actually there are some more ideas for the bullet list over here. I'm just going to, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Stop it. There we go. Okay. Here are some of the ways you can use Pinterest. So I'm just going to grab this, put it here. Grab this, put it here. All right. Here are some of the ways you can use Pinterest. Get ideas for your blog and blog content. Use Pinterest to find new products to sell on Amazon, promote your business, pin your own images and videos. Then we have, obviously, you need to be logged into Pinterest to do this. Okay, and then find new clients. Oh, it's actually continuing the list. So I'm just going to get rid of this then, and we'll just continue the list. Find new clients, create a portfolio of images to showcase your work. Promote your brand, that's better than promote your business, so I'll get rid of that one. And then we have the benefits of affiliate marketing. So that's actually a new heading. So we'll just go here, turn off this, and then the benefits of affiliate marketing. And that's the beginning, so we'll go here, we'll turn this into an H3. And then we have Pinterest affiliate marketing offers a lot of benefits, such as easy setup. Oh, it's making a list again, so we'll make a list. Easy setup, low cost of entry, access to high quality traffic. This is all true, by the way. Easily scale your business, flexibility, compatibility with other social networks. I might want to edit this a little bit, but it's writing decent, true content for me. All right, so now I could look over here and maybe find something to copy and paste in there, but I think I'm just going to write a little bit myself, because I want to get it out of this list making mode. So let's see, the benefits of affiliate marketing. Pinterest affiliate marketing offers a lot of benefits, such as, now let's take a look at the best ways to start affiliate marketing as a beginner. All right, now I'm going to look down at my subheadings that I have here and see if there's any that, no, there's not really any relevant ones. So I'm going to go back to frameworks, take a look over here, and we'll grab this one, Pinterest and affiliate marketing, make that an H2. And I'm just going to start it off by explaining what affiliate marketing is. So affiliate marketing is the process of selling other people's, or no, not selling, of promoting other, promoting products or services other than your own. Pinterest is, all right, now I'm going to go back to Longform, and I'm going to just have it continue this thought for me. So we'll have Pinterest and affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is the process of promoting products or services other than your own. Pinterest is an excellent platform to promote other people's products. You can easily add links to your blog posts, products, and websites, as well as track your earnings. When you promote someone else's products, you're able to earn a commission for each sale that comes through your link. This can be a great way to make extra money. The best part is you don't have to build an audience first. You can start making money straight away. I'm just gonna get rid of that part. You don't have to build an audience first. All you need to do is promote products or services that you find useful or interesting. All right, let's take a look down here. So these subheadings I got actually weren't great, so I'm gonna go back to the frameworks. There we go, like this one. How to use Pinterest as a business tool. Make that an H3. I'm just going to say Pinterest has. I'm going to go back to Longform. I'm going to hit write for me. So I think I'm going to wrap up this blog post writing here, and I think I'm going to wrap up this tutorial here because we've exceeded half an hour. Usually I like to keep my tutorials at like 20 minutes or less, but I wanted to do a bit of a long one for this one because it is, you know, long form. There's a lot to cover. So hopefully you've kind of gotten the idea here. Just to summarize, the main ideas are that you, even when you're using long form to write some long content, you don't only use long form, you use frameworks and other tools in order to get you started, in order to create those transition pieces, in order to create those subheadings, in order to create calls to action. Basically any part of your copy that can be broken down into its own small section can usually be better written by a framework than by just hitting write for me on long form and hoping that it works. So you can get really kind of surgical with your frameworks and have them producing almost exactly what you want in one generation. And then you can use long form, kind of the way that I was using it, to fill in the sections in between the parts that you write with the frameworks. And remember, it works a lot better if you start the sentence for it. Or at least, you know, start the thought, start the paragraph, start the sentence, start the list. Whatever it is that you want it to write, you kind of need to give it a little sample of that. So anyway, so we wrote a, what did we write? We wrote the first 524 words of a blog post there in like 10 minutes. And we wrote an entire landing page in about 10 minutes as well. And it would have taken a lot less time than that if I hadn't been, you know, explaining everything as I went. So hopefully that explains how to use long form with ClosersCopy, and hopefully now you'll be able to harness the power of long form without spending a bunch of time having it generate stuff that you don't want to use. All right, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.